Hellions, good day to you. Get back up there. All right. It is Friday. It is not raining outside. It is not cold outside. I have one official job that stands between me and the weekend, and then that's it. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, this week has been mudda. Absolute mudda. So I just made a return at Lowe's. Whoa, 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 easy, easy. I just made a return at Lowe's for some of the spline for the screen door. There's like several different sizes, so I got one of each of 3 sizes because I wasn't sure which one it was. And on the way into Lowe's, I didn't bring you guys with me, sorry. I found a wallet that was on the ground. I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks like it had just been dropped. Only because it was unadulterated, hadn't been ran over or whatever, and just laying there, just perfect. Like credit cards, ID, all this different stuff that I could see just because, you know, just from the side. So I gave it to them, and they started to contact the customer already because they had like a My Lowe's card, so hopefully they'll be able to get in touch with her. But I think that I passed her because I looked at the ID, and I actually think that I passed her. And I'm like, oh no, if it would have been so much better if I was able to just give it directly to her. But pretty sure she drove away, so. All right. Alrighty, so here we go, on with the day. Hopefully my parts are in stock now. They weren't in stock. I had to come to Lowe's, and now I have to go back and get my parts that have hopefully arrived there. Fingers crossed that today goes a-okay. Bam, fingers crossed. Pulling into this complex, I thought I was going to have pretty good shade, and that's a little far from the truth. The best shade I'm going to have is the stuff I make myself. So I have this makeshift shade thing. That's the west sun is coming down here, so it's just going to keep moving this way further. But I have 3 of the 6 ignition coils and spark plugs replaced. The other 3 remain underneath this piece, so I have to take this piece off. I have some of the bolts loose right here. I've got actually 6 of them loose. I believe I only have 2 more, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, besides the wires right there, hopefully this piece will come off. If it does, then I'm happy. If it doesn't, then I'm not. Okay, so, holy cow. I got this off. This right here is the intake plenum. It's not completely off. Still got a couple hoses attached to it, but that's okay. Don't need to take completely off. I just need to clean and replace the seals underneath it. These are the ignition coils over here. I've already started taking apart, so we're replacing the ignition coils and the spark plugs underneath it. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating like crazy just in the time that I'm talking to you guys. It's like rain, like it's raining. So gross. If I take my gloves off, oh, actually you can start to see it. It's going to start trickling down my arms. It's so gross. I need some water. I didn't bring any with me. Alrighty, she's all back together. Believe it or not, it sounds good, although I know on the camera it doesn't sound good, but that sounds okay. And regarding computer trouble codes, they're cleared and we're good to go. Smooth idle. Let's clean up. All right. Well, the GoPro shuts off when it's too cold, shuts off when it's too hot. So I put it on the vents of the AC for a little while. Job is done. We are headed home. Holy cow, I'm thirsty. But I'm still sweating, so I know I'm not completely dehydrated yet. But oh my gosh, it's Friday and the laborious jobs are done. Woo-wee! I'm thirsty. Have I already said that? Well, after an exhausting week, nothing is happening right now. Go lay down. I don't know why you guys are all getting worked up just because Angie and I both stand up and start walking around, and we did mention. Oh, Coda saw me put pants on.
He gets all excited if he sees you get changed.
Oh. You think something's going to happen just because we put clothes on? Oh, I had clothes on before. I changed from shorts.
Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, how super wow.
What?
My knee went up and then her mouth was open and she came towards me and she was like,
Oh, ow. Hey. Shh. stop.
Sit.
I can't, I'm sneezing too much.
Sit, you bum.
So anyway, work week is over. I am so happy. All the paperwork's done, everything's done like that. We've had dinner, we've eaten. We're going to go out for a walk, and the dogs know it. They are so intuitive.
That's what they're supposed to be doing.
Wow.
Okay,
No.
come here.
Oh, wow.
No barking.
No barking.
This fan
No.
looks like somebody died on it.
Oh, that's the haunt fan.
Disgusting.
Somebody did die. Angie and I were talking about the lights and how they're so neat. In fact, years and years ago in the 80s, I acquired one of the road construction lights. And back in the day, they had one of those old batteries in them that were like the ones with the screw-on terminals. Oh, they were huge batteries. I could never find an on and off switch though. It's kind of like they just throw the batteries in them and let them go. It's comfy cock time.
Huh.
Commenting on comments. There's little floofs all over. The blanket is floofing.
That was you floofing.
No, that was me floofing on the walk, but you can't see the little floofs.
When you walk?
Never mind.
I can smell them.
Ew, that's disgusting. Okay, we did not do COC yesterday, so we're going to do that, and then we're also going to do COC for tonight, so feel free to grab some popcorn, a drink.
Oh, I want some popcorn.
Sounds good, doesn't it? I want some brownies. We'll wait.
I'd rather have popcorn.
I'd rather have brownies.
I'll make popcorn for me only.
How about you make popcorn, and I'll have some brownies, and I'll take the popcorn and put it on top of the brownies.
No. That's weird.
That's not weird. That's salty and sweet. That's a perfect combination.
No. Peanut butter and chocolate is a perfect combination.
I don't know. It's not bad.
Steak and potatoes. Steak and mushrooms.
Yeah. Why are you mentioning all this food? You're making me hungry. Mr. Brote, 4th time?
Wow.
I guess it is the charm. Josh Bryan, I loved Phoenix's reaction. Where's the old one?
God.
Oh man, not what we were looking for. Mr. Brote, it is against the law to bring your own, or is it against the law to bring your own water to fill a pool from a lake or river? I don't think it is. In fact, we researched that, didn't we? While we were at the lake house, we were looking to see if you could like water your lawn and stuff using the water from the lake, and I believe that it is legal. Ben Massey, Wawa is an East Coast gas station and convenience store. Okay, I remember that now. We've talked about that before. So I do remember that because I made fun of it. It's like Wawa. It sounds like a baby named the store. It's like, oh, like a husband and wife are like, what should we name our store? We need a name. And the baby's like, Wawa. It's like, perfect. Best sub sandwich ever. Took Kat there on one of her first dates.
Aww.
Ben, bro, we gotta talk. A convenience store for a first date?
Yeah, well, you took me to, like, some fairly subpar restaurants, too, so...
Where?
I don't know where.
Huh. I've taken her to subpar restaurants.
They're okay, but it's, like, all processed is type...
Yeah, well, it wasn't like McDonald's or Taco Bell.
Well, it's not much better. They sell, like, wine there, but I mean, we had a glass of wine with our salads, but it wasn't great. It was okay. So you are not one to talk.
Wow. She's always right. Walter Holbury, somebody does not like changes. Phoenix.
Yeah.
Van Nile NSX, I was glad that we don't have water meters or water bills in our city, as our 120,000 liter pool took 2 hoses and over 50 hours to fill.
God.
That would have been an expensive water bill. Oh my gosh. But we do plan on using the water from this pool to water things. I think we did that, didn't we? Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I usually...
Not the chickens, though.
When I'm finished for the season...
It gets used.
Let the chlorine all evaporate and food. We don't feed it to the chickens, no.
Bren, Phoenix was saying, like, why spend money on a new one if the other one was okay? He doesn't want you guys spending a lot on him. The little dude is sweet, he's caring, and you can tell he loves the pool, but was concerned. Phoenix has a great heart, you can tell he's raised right. We do our best.
He,
Considering his situation, he's a trooper.
Yeah, he is. He's been, over the, when we had the old pool set up, he was like, oh, I wish the pool was bigger. It's just, I love having it. It's just that it's just like the water's not very deep. I just wish that we had a bigger pool, and then we get a bigger pool, and he's like, where's the old one? I'm gonna miss it. I have such good memories with it.
GRT, I'm just curious on how water usage works over there. Do houses have a water meter? Do you pay for how much water you use, or is it a fixed price per door per year no matter how much you use? Yes and no to that. So, Lakewood water here is actually fairly cheap in comparison to water around the rest of the state. Like, my mom was talking about how much her water bill is, and it's so expensive compared to ours. We have a minimum $40 every 2 months. So if we use like under that, then the bill is no lower than $40. But in the summertime for 2 months when we're watering everything, it got up to I think like $170 last year, which for water, when you have to pay for water for 2 months and you're watering the lawns and the garden, and we filled the swimming pool last year, and normal household water, I don't think that's that bad. I don't think that's that bad. Wow. Not as bad as my speech is. Bren, I mean, how are you going to get a new pool and right away come out with, the water bill is going to suck? Like, bruh, parents be really bugging saying stuff like that. Jason Styles, wow, unexpected reaction. Yeah, no kidding. Valerie Davis, that is one awesome pool. Phoenix reaction was hilarious. Halloween fur, that pool is like ones that my parents had when I was little. Now they have a hard side above ground pool, which is nice, but honestly I think it's more work because when you have to replace the liner, you have to undo the whole side and all the rails. Phoenix is probably the only kid that wanted the smaller pool. Halloween for also Troy and Angie, did you notice I changed my profile picture on YouTube? What do you guys think? Just curious. Same old Halloween fur.
Oh.
It's hard. It's hard to tell.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, did you draw that?
That's cute.
That is cute. Heh. So yeah, we just noticed right now. John 911111. Half the cars and trucks have Chinese-made airbags. Why the airbag recalls? And a lot of times they'll replace it with the same bag, which makes for another recall. Huh? I did not know that. Vlog Soup. Hi guys. I think it was sweet. He was concerned over the other one. He will forget all about it once he is having fun with the new one.
Yeah.
And making those new memories that he was talking about. And finally, Emerald Chip TR. Hey y'all, been a while, but I drop in every once in a while. Nice pool. Good to see you, and thank you. And moving on to yesterday's ferry ride comments and COC. And look, I'm actually doing it tonight. Look at this. This is so great. Oop, I didn't want to do that though. I didn't want to do that. I spoke too soon. Tony Frederickson. You said shaft. Halloween for, oh, so close, almost 1, but 2 is okay too. It reminds me of Ricky Bobby though. Second place is the first loser. Ricky Bobby. Talladega? Okay. Anyway, congratulations on being second. Ireland through my lens and more. Wow, wrong parts, that's a pain. I've done service and brakes on our car, or I did service and brakes on our cars last weekend. Oh yes, Wawa's like a gas station with food and coffee, really great coffee on the East Coast. LOL, I thought it was everywhere. Yes, next Saturday we will be getting, tomorrow when you see this, you probably won't see this because you will be getting on a plane to Philadelphia. Ooh. So much planning and sorting stuff, hoping my idea with phones will work as America coming from Europe is a nightmare otherwise, or phone-wise. Great job on the pool, guys. Well, thank you, and safe travels to you. And I do hope the phone thing works out. I know in Canada, before I went up there, I had to make sure that I got the extended international plan. And from US to Canada, it was pretty seamless for both of us. So, See, today's fingers crossed. There's I've done that today. I named the blog Fingers Crossed so that nobody will click on it and they'll be like, what is this? Joe Poppenegg, and I took that ferry with my 1977 Jeep Cherokee Chief back in 1980. Wow, you were only 5 years old. Wow, and he had a Jeep Cherokee? The old body style. That's neat. Mr. Broach, five times as mint. Effing mint. Van Nile NSX, I live on an island and I don't experience any disconnection as it's a huge 32,000 square kilometer island. The population is fast approaching 900,000. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, I did you and, well, I guess Sandra,
Sandra Ford.
yeah, she lives on Vancouver Island too,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Huh. Yeah, so I asked yesterday because as I was getting off of the island...
Chandra. That's
yeah.
what I was just like. Sandra doesn't sound right.
You're right. Chandra Hoord. When I was getting off the island yesterday, I was thinking to myself, it's like, wow, I actually have to wait for this ferry in order to go back to the mainland. I feel really disconnected right now. I can't imagine living there and like needing to go out, and it's like you're stuck. I mean, you're on an island and you're stuck. That's freaky. It's like island phobia or cluster island phobia.
If you're on a tiny island, I can see that. Yeah, I almost moved to Vancouver Island before I moved to Maple Ridge.
Well, that's good because if you had, you'd never come back.
Yeah, that's right.
I know, and then we wouldn't
have been together.
Santa Services, yes, that is a thing. I grew up in Hawaii, and I started to feel that way my senior year in high school when you realize the only way off the island is buying airplane ticket or a boat. In fact, the people that I worked on their car that lived on the island, they actually recently moved from Hawaii, so their cars they actually brought from Hawaii, so they came from a big island to a very small one.
I could live on an island. I could do that.
I would be too freaked out about natural disaster. I mean, you have nowhere to go. If you think about it, though,
be a hermit.
You were meant to be a hermit.
I think so. I like to just be around like nobody. I could do an island. Well, not you.
You could do an island.
Do an island.
Well, if you think about
have
it,
the whole island.
If the definition of an island is a body of land surrounded by water, then the United States and Canada is an island.
All right, that's enough.
Stop. Bren, I was really hoping for some screen door content. Hallelujah, we got a screen door content, we got screen door content. And there you go, the vlog was complete. All right, you guys are awesome. We really appreciate all of you. I just want to say that. Speaking of that, Nicole Flynn, thank you so very much. I forgot to give her a shout out for this month's Patreon. So
this month's last month.
Yeah. So here's your shout out. Thank you, and all the other patrons, and then everybody that thumbs up and comments and all that other good stuff. But we're done now. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, as you can see. I'm happy now. I mean, I was happy today, but I was not happy working on that car. But it went okay, and I got it done, and it worked out, so that was good. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.